The Byrds were an American rock band that were formed in Los Angeles, California in 1964. Although the band only enjoyed the huge commercial success of contemporaries like the Beatles or the Beach Boys for a short period of time, they were pivotal in originating the musical styles of folk rock, psychedelic rock, raga rock, and country rock. The band underwent several lineup changes throughout its existence, with frontman Roger McGuinn remaining the sole consistent member of the group until their disbandment in 1973. The Byrds' discography was originally released on the vinyl format, as full-length LPs, shorter EPs, and singles. Since the 1960s, the band's back catalogue has also been released on reel-to-reel tape, audio cassette, 8-track tape, CD, minidisc, and, most recently, as digital downloads. Between 1965 and 1968, the Byrds albums were released in both mono and stereo variations, with Sweetheart of the Rodeo being the first album to be released exclusively in stereo in the U.S. The bulk of the band's releases were issued on Columbia Records or its subsidiaries, with a notable exception being their final studio album from 1973. This final album, titled Byrds, and its accompanying singles were all released on Asylum Records. In addition, the band released a single under the pseudonym of the Beefeaters in October 1964 on Elektra Records, before they had signed a recording contract with Columbia. The Byrds albums began to appear on compact discs sporadically during the late 1980s and early 1990s, both on Columbia and on reissue labels like Edsel and BGO. Starting in 1996, all 11 of the band's Columbia studio albums were reissued on Columbia Legacy in remastered editions with bonus tracks. This article lists all of the band's US and UK studio albums, live albums, official compilations, EPs, and singles. Releases originating from or exclusive to other international territories are not included. Studio albums, live albums, compilations. There have been many compilation albums by the Byrds released since 1967, with the majority of these collections consisting of material recorded between 1965 and 1971, a period when the band were with Columbia Records. In addition, 4 compilations of material recorded before the group secured a recording contract with Columbia have been released under the titles Preflight, In the Beginning, The Preflight Sessions and Preflight Plus. 2 compilations of rare and previously unissued material have also been released as Never Before and Another Dimension. There have so far been 2 Byrds box sets issued, The Byrds and the more recent There Is a Season. Also, excerpts of the band's performance at the Monterey Pop Festival have been released on the Monterey International Pop Festival CD box set and among the extras on the Monterey Pop DVD. Note: the 4 compilation albums with the title The Very Best of the Byrds are not the same and each features a different track listing. Note: the 3 compilations titled The Byrds Play Dylan or The Byrds Play the Songs of Bob Dylan are not the same and each features a different track listing. Extended plays: CBS Records released 2 Byrds EPs in the UK during 1966, featuring tracks taken from the band's first 3 albums. Then, in 1971, Columbia Records and Scholastic Books released an EP in the United States to tie in with the publication of Bud Scopper's biography of the Byrds. A further 3 EPs were released in the UK between 1983 and 1990 on various record labels. Singles. References: General, Rogan, Johnny. The Byrds, Timeless Flight Revisited. Rogan House. ISBN A0-9529540-1 Short, Christopher. So You Want to Be a Rock-'n'-Roll Star, The Byrds Day by Day. Jawbone Press. ISBN A1-906002-15-0 Hitbune, Joel. Top Pop Albums 1955 to 2001. Hal Leonard Corporation. ISBN A0-634-03948-2 Hitbune, Joel. Top Pop Singles 1955 to 2006. Record Research Incorporated. ISBN A0-89820-172-1 Brown, Tony. The Complete Book of the British Charts. Omnibus Press. ISBN A978-0-7119-7670-2. Bitmaniacs Discography Pages. Byrds Flight. Retrieved January 13, 2010. The Byrds. Chartstats.com. Archived from the original on January 2, 2013. Retrieved January 13, 2010. The Byrds chart data. Ultimate Music Database. Retrieved January 13, 2010. Specific.